We are here. We are currently sitting in a waiting room. We've not been given a bed at the pre-op ward, which I suspect means that we're fairly late in the queue, which I'm not overly happy about. And she's already a bit... I mean, she's been gold this morning, actually. She's been fantastic, but she doesn't like just sitting in a chair and waiting. So we shall see how this one goes. Dunas, say hi. Absolutely not. She had quite a noticeable absence seizure while we were still waiting to be let in on the pre-op ward as well, so keeping a bit of an eye on her, but nothing.
Bye-bye, where are you going?
Nothing that I don't deal with on a day-to-day basis anyway. Is that right? Yeah? Are you tired? I think she'd much rather sit on a bed and have snuggles than sit in her chair, but there are other children here, so there's noises and stuff happening, which is good. Look at her. She is so tired and she's so fed up. We've had quite a sense of humour failure for very good reasons. So we turned up here. We were let into the ward at 7. Well, a little past 7, really. We were let into the ward, and then we were put in the waiting room, waiting for a bed, and we finally got a bed 11:15, maybe, after I had gone, guys, I need to change her somewhere, so, you know, can we just get a move on? So by that time she was soaking wet and she was super fed up. So now we have a room to ourselves, which is lovely. Elin is still very upset and wants a nap, and she wants a meal, which is not getting, and her horrible mummy is sitting here snacking next to her. I want a nap. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, and we're waiting. 11:20. They've not been in with a gown for her yet. We've gotten a second wristband, but we're apparently not in a hurry to put those on. So I'm just going to ignore the entire world for a bit. If she drifts off, then I'm going to have a nap. And you can see how close she is. You want to go to sleep, Elin? Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somebody just poked their head through the door and said Elin is up next. Whatever that means. I was like, okay, we still haven't got a gown. No, that's fine, you don't need one yet. Okay. So Elin being up next doesn't mean that she's up in the next few minutes. So we're still waiting. She's a bit happier, aren't you? You're feeling a bit better, but you're still quite tense and muscle spasmy. I've snacked, which I needed. I wouldn't have minded a chance to have a bit of a nap myself, but she wasn't having any of that. No. What are you doing in my armpit? You are not allowed to bite me. You're not. I don't care what you think. Oh, fed up. So fed up. That's a very tense arm, Elin. Yeah, do you think you can unscrew that arm? Can you? It's very tense. Look, it's all curled up on itself. Hey. No? No? Am I not getting that out? Where are you? I'm giving her little bits of water every now and again. Do you want to breathe at all? No? Okay. She's just digging her nose further and further into everything. If I move, she just digs it into the mattress. yeah, giving her little bits of water. She's allowed that. They have this system of she should drink a certain amount every hour, but sort of 10 minutes on the hour and then not drink again. And I'm like, it doesn't work for her. Because it looks like it's around 100 mils. And I'm like, if I just shove 100 mils into her in 10 minutes, we're going to see it again, aren't we, Elin? Yeah. So I'm giving her 10 mils every now and again. Just really slowly. And not too much. Like, I spoke to the anesthesiologist and she said, you know, hold back on it, really. Because she's such a vomit and aspiration risk. Yeah. Yeah. What else have we talked about? We have talked about risks of surgery and risks of the procedure. So one little risk that I forgot in my video is that apparently the catheter can break. Again, very, very rare risk. So that was one I forgot in my last video on this topic. Yeah. Your mum is tired, Elin. Oh, goodness me. And then my eyes start watering when I'm yawning. Otherwise, there's nothing new. She hasn't got a bed in PICU, Pediatric Intensive Care. And there isn't one free at the moment. So we're going to go to the ward after the surgery. Sorry, I've got no idea what's going on. And hopefully we will be able to manage that and she won't have any respiratory issues. Because PICU really is if she's got respiratory issues. So I need to keep an eye on her and try to avoid any aspiration pneumonia and we should be good. Yeah. The hospital chaplain came in and had a bit of a chat, just making sure we're all right, which is lovely. We have friends here, haven't we? Yeah. It's Elin's friend Jacob, who we seem to meet every time we're in hospital now, and his mum looked at me and said, we have to stop meeting like this. But it cheered Elin up to see him anyway. When she was starting to really, really lose her sense of humour while we were still in that waiting room / playroom. It was very depressive in there. Depressing, something. Yeah. And we're just lying here on bed and snuggling and listening to music. So, in a little bit, I assume somebody's going to come in with a gown. And then I'll get Elin changed. And then I assume somebody's going to wheel us down to theatre. At some point. And then hopefully I'll be able to go and get some lunch. Maybe some more coffee. I could do with some more coffee. Yeah, I could. Yeah. And then she'll come out of theatre and then she'll be in a bad mood. Yeah. We love it. She's in theatre. Right now I have even had some food and I brought all the rest of my luggage up from the car and a nurse is printing out stickers for me so I can put my food in the fridge. And this is our room. So let me show you the room we're in and tell you a little bit about why it took us so long to get a bed, because I understand it now. But anyway, that's the door you walk in through. But literally outside our door, there's a toilet there and there's a toilet right there, just outside the door. And this is our room. We're not sharing a bay with anybody. This here is obviously where Elin's bed is going, but right now that bed is in theatre. That cupboard there is my bed. And a little table and a window and a little mural. Isn't this pretty? So what I need to make sure that I've got now, because we're going to stay here afterwards. We're not going to another ward in the hospital. We're actually staying up here. And this is the pre-assessment ward. So this explains why there was no bed available. But I need to make sure that I have the right equipment for here. So what have I got? I have got a suction pump. I have got a tube for that. I have got a hard yanker. I need to make sure I get soft yankers. I have got adult oxygen mask, and is this a child oxygen mask? It says high concentration. I need to check with the nurse. And I need, now the tubes for those are there, so I need to attach that to the oxygen and just make sure I have all of that prepared. What I don't see in here is a monitoring screen, so I don't know if they're going to bring one in because she'll be monitored. She should be monitored. And yeah, that's it. But it's our room and it's bright, which I really like. And my friend Jenny, who's in with her son, did I mention that already? God, I can't even remember what I've said. She said that they're very quick to respond on this ward. So, you know, if you have medicine that is supposed to be given at 11, they bring it in at 5:02 and things like that. So in that respect, it's actually quite a lot better. But that does explain why they didn't have any beds when we turned up. So, yeah. But this is where we're staying tonight. It feels like no one's really prepared for what Elin's going to be like. The anesthesiologist tried to chase up a bed in ICU, but she said there wasn't one available. So we're going to try and manage Elin here. And as long as Elin doesn't have respiratory issues, we'll be fine. Although she is a massive aspiration risk. So that's going to be why it's so important to me to have the Yankers and the oxygen set up so we don't get aspiration pneumonia this time. Yeah. And now I'm literally just waiting. She has been in surgery for, I wonder what time it is. Let me see if I can find that out. I left her just having been sedated an hour and 15 minutes ago. So maybe another hour before I go and get her, maybe less. The actual surgery doesn't necessarily take all that long, but there's a lot of stuff before and a lot of stuff after and a lot of very careful monitoring of Elin during. Yeah. And I've warned the recovery staff as well that they're going to have a rather vocal young lady there. And they said, that's fine, we can deal with that. We're used to grumpy 9-year-olds. It's like, yeah. I know you've had Elin here before, but yeah. You're in for a treat. I've said that to the nurses here as well. Like, whoever's on night tonight, they're gonna remember Elin. But yeah, so far so good. And I've had something to eat, sitting in one of the little gardens in the hospital as well, together with my friend and her son. So yeah, it's all right. Not too shabby. And I'm playing some kind of Scrabble game online as well with a friend. So, you know, I'm not crying all in my lonesomeness. And I've got you guys. See? I'm good. Oh, a member from the surgical team just poked his head through the door and said that they are done. She is not awake yet, which means she's not in recovery yet. But the actual surgery's gone really well and the line is in a good place. I'm super happy about that. What have I done? I have set up my regular Yanker and attached it to the suction pump. Suction pump being this machine here, going through to there. I have attached a oxygen mask to the oxygen flow. I have been given a bunch of soft Yankers to use and vomit balls. I don't know how well you can see, but I've got a pile of towels, an extra sheets and an extra gown there. So I'm pretty well set. I just want to pop my food in the fridge now before they call me from recovery. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to end this vlog here. It might be a short and sweet one. Makes a change for me. And then see what I get in terms of footage from recovery, if I get any, and for the rest of the stay. So thank you so much for watching. Really pleased to know that from a surgical point of view, everything has gone great. And the line is working. They've got a cannula in it right now even. So it's usable from the word go. Yay. Mwah. See ya.